G'day, g'day. How are we all? I am average, okay, I guess. Okay, stressed, tired, exhausted, uh, with a lot on my mind. But, it's been fun. Nobody ever said building a backyard stream was going to be easy, and it has proven not to be. So, I'll walk you through it all, and then we'll go and have a quick look at the compost and just have a chat, really. Cheer myself up, cheer you up, but it's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. First world problems, as I say. So we have multiple issues, and first one is that this over here underneath the bridge has been leaking. I'll show you some footage of that. But I think we fixed that. I think we fixed that little part of the stream. Now, I know for a fact that the top of the stream is right. It's waterproof. I know that this down here underneath the waterfall is waterproof. The waterfall is not, but that's because we haven't done it yet. That wasn't waterproof. We found a leak, plus all the tape that we had relied upon originally appears to be crap. What can you say? And you move down to this bend here. Now, this bend at the bottom has been really good. All the tape looks sound, but today we found that the tape's given up the ghost. So we've got to fix that tomorrow. There is a leak up here, which is just stupidity on our behalf. We didn't think about it enough. I'll show you that. Turns out, if you have a crease in pond lining, it will leak. So there you go. Remember that. Yeah. The other important thing I'd like to tell you, if you're ever going to consider this, is that concrete will not stick to the top of pond liner. In fact, I would say that pond liner is the least stickiest substance of all time. Nothing sticks to it. Nothing sticks to it. And so the problem we had is that we dug this out and we thought the pond liner was going to be fine to go underneath it. And things would glue to it, but they don't. They just don't. Concrete hates it. Any waterproof glue hates it. That tape hates any type of tiny little granule of dirt or oil or anything. You just won't seal it. And the white tape is better than the black tape. So go figure, right? Of course, the white tape that's bastard to hide is better than the black tape. So we basically have to come down here. We're going to have to drain the stream for the fourth time. Yeah, that's okay. It's only water. That's sarcasm, by the way, just in case anybody didn't know. We need to retape this, and then we've got to try it again. And if that doesn't work, because it's dropping right now very, very slowly, there's a leak in there somewhere that we don't know about. So if that doesn't work, you know what's going to happen? From here all the way to there, all the rocks have to come out. Everything has to come out. So that's pretty disappointing. But, it's probably about a day and a half worth of work, which I can do. Shane's going home next week, and he's got a lot of stuff to do, and it's fair to say that we got stuck on this stream. We got stuck. Yeah, absolutely stuck on this stream. Now, it is bespoke, and the reason for it is because I didn't want a stream that looked like a bunch of people had come in and just plonked rocks on top of weed mat. Pond liner. I didn't want to see the pond liner. I just wanted it to look, it was always going to look man-made, but I wanted it to look as natural as possible. I didn't want big rocks sitting on the ground because I want plants to grow over it and things like that. And some of the streams I've seen on YouTube are basically nightmare fuel. I wouldn't want that in my yard. So we tried to do it right, but we were amateurs. And if I had have known what I know now, none of this would have happened. So it's on me. Mistakes were made. Probably not enough caution was thrown to the wind. Is that the right way to say that? And now we're paying the price for it. But just remember, waterproof concrete, not waterproof. Doesn't matter how much of that stuff you put in there. And, pond liner and waterproofing and anything just really don't mix, except for proper tape. But I have spent so far $300 on tape for this, and I think we found the right one eventually, but we've been through a couple, and I'm telling you, it's caused some heartaches. It's a pain in the backside, absolute pain in the backside. But enough of me whinging. Let's go and have a look at the good stuff, shall we? I'll show you this, but yeah, let's go and have a look at the good stuff. We're up in the compost heaps. These are the new ones. The old ones are behind us. So these are a little bit skinnier, but that's okay. There'll be less compost going into here. This will be second turn, third turn. And these guys are the main bins over here. Well, not the main bins, but they're the slightly bigger bins. So it's sitting at, what is it sitting at? It's sitting at 63 degrees Celsius, and it's been there for 2 days. Sat in the hot zone for about 5 days. But you can see stuff like this. I'm waiting for this to dissolve. Now, just because you've got a big lump of, what's that? Grass. Big lump of grass in there doesn't mean that the seeds aren't dead in there. This may have been in the middle. It's pretty hard. So it may have been in the middle on the other side. But the thing is, once you've turned it 3 times, and I'm going to turn it 4 times just to make sure that the seeds are out of it, because I want to sell this stuff. Then it should be ready to go in there, and the worms are going really well. I say that, but I haven't checked them for a week. I've learned a couple of things about myself in the last few months. I've learned that I can really only properly concentrate on maybe 2 things at a time, and one of them should be work, and the other one should be here. But the problem is with here, there's so much going on that it's probably taken away from other parts of my life a fair bit. Now, I've also learned that I think I'm a bit obsessed with this, and it would be nice to take a backward step and go, oh, things will happen, and what will be will be. It is what it is. C'est la vie. But I am not that type of guy, and so sometimes that leads me to take shortcuts, and I don't. I was doing a poo. And I'm also a guy that doesn't really like taking shortcuts. So there's a bit of a, I don't know what the word is. Get off the road, Grace. Come on. Convergence of ideals there. And that's something I'm going to have to work my way around. I think I'm going to lean more towards getting stuff right than getting stuff done fast, or just getting stuff done. Because if you're getting stuff done and then it messes up, you got to go and do it again, and you're just wasting time. So there was no point being fast in the first place. And that's what I've learned about myself. Many other things. But yeah, those are the 2 main ones. Let's go and have a look at these worms. You won't see any, but let's go and look at the pile. Okay, remember that little competition we had called the Compost King that everybody bailed on? That's right, I'm talking to you, Dano, Beshi and Grant. You bailed. I'm declaring myself the winner of this because nobody else got theirs done, or have put a video up about it at the very least. So I haven't looked at this for about a week. Oh, worms. Bingo, bango, bongo. Said you wouldn't see any, but you have seen any. Well, I've seen some. Sorry, I got excited about seeing worms, and then my English left me. So, yeah, this is what it looks like. Hasn't been fed. Nothing's been done. Gave it 1 turn about 2 weeks ago, and I dig in about a couple of centimetres, and there is a buttload of worms in my hand. So that's really, really good. Really happy with that. Once that stuff that I just showed you comes good, comes ready to go, then it's going in here. And that's what we're going to feed the worms on all the time. So that is the plan. That's just got to find somebody to buy them now. You guys remember this fence? Remember it nearly broke my brain? You can see, still haven't finished it. Mr. 99.9%. That's what people should call me. I'm going to take you through a bit of the yard. You don't see a lot. It's a bit messy. That's why. But for all you guys that started watching at the start, somebody told me to call this a carbon bank. And I have not dug in here at all. So, I don't know. You got to think that underneath all this, that is carbon-rich soil. And that is the plan for this. So I've been adding to it, leaving it. You can see there's some firewood down there that's for me. Can't sell that stuff. She's a bit messy. Even firewood needs to look good to sell, apparently. And yeah, old bench from the chicken coop. Nearly tripped over. And here we go, down through the walking onions. I need more chickens. I got to get 4 more because they're not really weeding like I would like them to. They will, but there's just not enough. And that was always the plan, to get as many chickens as it would take to look after this yard. That's why we stopped at 9. Well, we had heaps, but then Gracie. And yeah, now we got 8. So we'll get 4 more. What do you think we should get? I know we like the bespoke chickens, but also this little girl here, the eyes are brown. Eyes are browns, I think, although not spectacular looking, like my mate Froggy and the cream leghorn bullfed rooster that attacks everybody and gets a beating for it. She might not look that good, but she is a ripping chicken. Watch. She's so friendly. Today I found an egg in their water bowl. I'll pan slowly. That's that blue container over there. There was an egg in there. It felt like a water balloon. And still hadn't popped, but I chucked it away. But it was one of the most bizarre things. So one of the chickens has laid an egg in there, and it was enormous too. It was one of the biggest eggs I've ever seen. How's the roll down egg box going? Now, these guys, actually, I'll show you inside first. I had to put these boxes in there for ages. And I talked to Grant from Green and Abundant, and he said it doesn't look cozy enough for them, and I agreed. So I put a divider in there that never used to be there, and I've taken those boxes out after about a month, and it is working. So we have a roll down egg box, and we needed one because there's I think it might be Elvis, but there is an egg pecker in here, and they like to peck eggs. Not a lot, every now and again. Oh, here we go. Come on, mate. Why? Why you do this? You just had an argument with Leah. You don't need to argue with me. Come on, off you go. Go on. That's right. Yeah, okay. Anyway, back to the egg box. That's a daily occurrence. That sneaks up from behind. What do we got? So we have 5 eggs. 5 eggs out of 8 chickens when they're adjusting to a new egg box is pretty darn good, I think. And on that note, bye-bye from Maddie. Real name Matilda. Bye now.